Have you ever walked into a room and felt seen, not noticed, not judged, but recognized, without a single word being spoken? Not the kind of attention that makes you self-conscious, not the kind that measures or evaluates you, but something quieter and deeper, almost like someone, somewhere in that room, knew you before you ever opened your mouth. There was no explanation for it, no introduction, just a silent understanding that seemed to pass between you and another person, as if something essential had been acknowledged without language ever getting in the way. Moments like that stay with us, because they don't fit neatly into logic. They feel rare and somehow meaningful, even if we can't explain why. Alan Watts believed moments like this weren't coincidences at all. He suggested that when a person truly wakes up, not in a dramatic movie-like way, but in a deeply human and internal way, they begin sending a signal. Not a signal you speak, not something you advertise, not a belief system you defend or a label you wear. It's not a message you try to transmit, it's something you are. And here's the strange part, most people never notice it. They walk right past it, they talk over it, they miss it entirely. But those who are awake themselves detect it almost instantly, the way one tuning fork begins to vibrate when another nearby is struck. Nothing obvious happens on the surface, yet something undeniable is felt underneath. One of the biggest misunderstandings Alan Watts warned about is what awakening actually is. In the modern world, awakening often gets confused with improvement, as if it's about becoming better than you were before, more advanced, more spiritual, more impressive. But awakening, as Watts described it, has nothing to do with polishing the ego or upgrading your identity. It's not about becoming holier, more moral, or more righteous than other people. And it's definitely not about becoming louder about what you believe, trying to convince the world that you've figured something out. True awakening is far more subtle than that. In fact, it often looks like the opposite of what people expect. Awakening is the moment you stop trying so hard to prove who you are. It's when you realize you don't need to perform yourself into existence. You don't need to constantly explain, defend, or justify your perspective. There's a deep relaxation that comes with that realization, a kind of exhale you didn't even know you were holding. And paradoxically, the less you try to signal anything at all, the stronger the signal becomes. The moment you stop managing how you're perceived, something more authentic begins to shine through, effortlessly. According to Watts, the awakened person slowly stops performing for the world. They don't necessarily decide to do this consciously. It just happens as a natural result of seeing through the game. The masks start to fall away, not because you're trying to be real, but because pretending no longer feels necessary. Your reactions become less forced. You're not constantly scanning the room for approval or measuring yourself against others. There's no constant need for validation, no inner pressure to keep up appearances. What emerges instead is something incredibly rare in modern society, inner stillness. This stillness doesn't mean passivity or detachment from life. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means there's a quiet center within you that isn't constantly being pulled in 1,000 directions. And while stillness might look like nothing from the outside, it's surprisingly loud to those who are sensitive enough to feel it. People who are awake can sense it almost immediately. They feel the absence of tension, the lack of pretense, the ease of someone who isn't trying to be anything other than what they are in that moment. You don't announce your awakening. You don't need to. Your presence does it for you. The uncomfortable truth, one that Alan Watts often hinted at with both humor and compassion, is that most people can't detect this signal at all. Not because they're flawed or inferior, but because they're busy acting, busy thinking, busy maintaining the roles they've been assigned or have chosen for themselves. They're caught up in the endless noise of the mind, replaying conversations, rehearsing future scenarios, comparing themselves to others, worrying about how they're being perceived. In that constant mental motion, there's very little space left to notice something as subtle as being. So when someone who isn't playing the same game walks into their world, It can feel strange. Sometimes it creates unease, a vague discomfort they can't quite name. Other times it creates indifference, as if they're looking right through you. The awakened person doesn't fit neatly into the usual categories, and the mind doesn't know what to do with that. But awakened people recognize each other in a different way. They don't latch onto words or opinions or personalities. They recognize the silence behind the words, the space from which the words are coming. And that recognition doesn't require explanation. When two awakened individuals meet, something unusual happens. There's no rush to fill the space with noise, no posturing, no subtle competition, no need to impress. The conversation, if it happens at all, feels effortless. Sometimes it even feels unnecessary. There can be long pauses that don't feel awkward, moments of shared laughter that don't need a punchline, or a simple exchange of glances that says more than paragraphs ever could. Alan Watts described this as the universe recognizing itself, like one wave noticing another wave, and realizing they're both expressions of the same ocean. It's not about agreement. Two awakened people don't have to share the same opinions, beliefs, or lifestyles. Resonance runs deeper than that. It's about recognizing the same underlying truth, even if it's expressed in different forms. And once you've felt this kind of recognition, you never forget it. It leaves a mark, a quiet confirmation that what you're experiencing is real, even if it can't be put into words. But awakening isn't without its challenges, and Alan Watts never pretended otherwise. One of the unexpected costs of awakening is a sense of loneliness. You may start to feel less understood, even by people you've known for years. Conversations that once felt engaging may begin to feel shallow or repetitive. Small talk might feel exhausting, not because there's anything wrong with it, but because it no longer satisfies the deeper curiosity that's awakened within you. You may feel slightly out of place in environments that once felt familiar, like you're standing half a step outside the rhythm everyone else is moving to. Watts didn't see this as a problem to be fixed. He saw it as a transition. You're no longer fully asleep in the dream, but you're still walking among dreamers. You still live in the world, still play your roles, still participate in society. But something fundamental has shifted inside you. You're aware of the dream now, and that awareness can feel isolating at first, especially if you expect everyone else to see what you see or feel what you feel. This is often where people get discouraged, thinking something has gone wrong. But according to Watts, this phase is natural. The signal you're sending isn't meant for everyone. It isn't supposed to be widely understood or validated. It's subtle by design. And while it can feel lonely at times, it also creates the possibility for deeper, more authentic connections when the right people come along. Those connections may be fewer, but they tend to be richer, grounded in presence rather than performance. Alan Watts also offered a final warning, one that's easy to overlook. The moment you start thinking, "I am awakened," you've missed the point. Awakening isn't an achievement you earn or a status you claim. The instant the ego takes credit for it, the signal begins to fade. It turns into just another identity to defend, another role to play. Watts often laughed at this paradox, pointing out that the self trying to become awakened is the very thing that needs to be seen through. Awakening isn't something you have. It's something that happens when you stop trying to hold on to it. It's an ongoing process of letting go, again and again, of the need to define yourself. The signal doesn't come from effort. It comes from surrender, from allowing life to move through you without constant interference. And the more you trust that process, the quieter and clearer everything becomes. So if you've been feeling different lately, if you notice that you're less reactive than you used to be, less interested in proving a point or winning an argument, more present in ordinary moments, you're not imagining it. If silence feels more comfortable, if you're okay with not having all the answers, if you find yourself listening more than speaking, there's a good chance something real is happening. You may be sending a signal. It's not meant for everyone. It's not meant to be noticed or admired. It doesn't announce itself or demand attention. It's only meant to be detected by those who are ready, by those who recognize it because something similar has awakened within them. And if this way of seeing the world resonates with you, if these ideas feel less like information and more like a quiet remembering, there's much more to explore. Visit the channel and spend some time with the other videos here. You may find that what you're looking for has been gently pointing back at you all along.